This video is going to show you how to print out your grades for the end of year checklist that you have to turn in for your buildings. Please remember, don't print out all of your assignment grades. Those grades can be found by specific people, designated people within your building in a read-only format. So to print out your grades, go over to the left-hand side and go to Reports Gradebook. Make sure you're on the class that you want to print out. Then come down to the bottom, select Expand All, and then uncheck Progress Report for each one of your quarters. The reason why we do this, it just makes it easier to look at when you go to look at the report in the end. So I'm going to select Generate Report, and the only pages that we will need are the last 2 pages of your grade book, possibly just the last page. So if I scroll down all the way to the bottom, in this class we noticed that this one had 4 terms plus a final exam that counted for 20% of their grade. So this is going to be the only page that we need to print out. The other example where it would only be 1 page is if you didn't have a final exam at all. It would just show your 4 quarters with the 25, 25, 25. So yours would look a little bit more like this. When you would need 2 pages is if you had a course that had a final exam that did not count for 20% of the grade, so it would look like this, and then on the second page you would see the final exam grade. To print this out, all we're going to need to do is I have to take note of the 2 pages or 1 page that it's on. So for this one I need pages 10 and 11, and for the other example that I showed you, which was this one, I would need just page 14. So it's going to be different for everybody depending upon how many assignments you actually gave, but you would only need the last page or the last 2 pages of this report. So I'm going to go to Print, and I'm going to change my pages based on what I said. So once again, this report, I only needed the last page. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Pages. I know I am on page 14, and then I would select Print. If you needed the last 2 pages, you would just say pages 13 and 14. Once again, this all depends upon what you had. So if you had a full year course, no final exam, it would be the last page. If you had a course with a final exam that counted for 20% of their grade, it should be 1 page. If you had a course that had a final exam or a Regents that did not count as part of 20% of their grade, you would have the last 2 pages. If you have any questions, please contact Jerry LaMonica at jerome.lamonica@grecsd.org. Thanks.